getting to the DEXA scan place now. Hey man. I got about 5 minutes to get there.
So many pieces all back together now. What's your vision?
Finally made it, just in time.
Let's see. Come on in. Probably pants are okay. Things out of pockets. Jacket off if you've got a shirt on. Watch off.
293.
And get you to back up in front of that yellow thing. 178.5. It's about 3.5 minutes. Alright. So breathe normally, chest and tummy moving up and down is fine, but nothing else moves. The elbows and hands stuck down exactly where I put them. Yep. Head and feet, same position the whole time. So I'll leave you alone for a few minutes. Keep it still.
Yeah.
And then we'll go through it a bit. Just do the analysis so you can put your things on.
Alright, hedge your bets. What's my body fat?
So I use mass because that's really a raw data. So in terms of fat, you're carrying 9.9 and a bit kilograms of fat. So fat mass kilograms, you're the red dot, 9.9 and a bit kilograms of fat. So you know, I would have said from a general health point of view, you specifically no more than about 18 kilograms of fat, which is top of the orange. So you're well beyond there. You're at the bottom of the athlete or bottom of green zone, almost into the athlete one. Oh, nice. Bodybuilders get down there, day of contest. Right. So you're probably wanting to lose some fat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
okay. Well, it's not an issue then, I suppose. The fat is always the fat.
Yeah.
So if you're trying to win, you need to get down to the bottom.
5,
So you need to lose about.
So DEXA said I was 11.5%. Honestly, I thought it'd be higher. I thought it'd be around 15%. But you know, not all DEXAs are like have the same sort of standard, and I was expecting like the kind of DEXA that. Measures more harshly, I guess you could say. Yeah, so 11.5%, I'm pretty happy with that result. Now I got to drop down to basically 5% on DEXA, which would realistically be like 8%, but we'll see. Just got done training some of my clients, got to quickly go buy the Nike gift card, then also get something to eat as well, then gonna go home, start talking about all the gear and stuff. So see you guys at home. Alright, welcome. So yeah, I'm gonna be talking a little bit more about an in-depth guide on steroids, and just got my list here on my phone, talk to you, go through each dot point. For legal purposes, I'm not gonna say that I do steroids right on camera, although, you know. Anyway, let's get to it. So, types of gear that you possibly would be doing on for a prep during comp. So for the most part, before you go into the cut, you would do either a cruise or a bulking cycle, and usually they're pretty much the same thing, at least for personal experiences that I've found. They're usually long esters, things like SUS 250. So SUS 250 is a combination of different testosterone, and they're all long esters. What long esters mean just basically means they're slow releasing, so they last a little bit longer, which is great for bulking, really. So for personal experiences, you would do SUS 250 and Bolden together. So they're both slow releasing esters, very low side effects, and yeah, generally pretty good for bulking, pretty strong. Usually lasts about 2 or 3 months on that cycle. So yeah, side effect, well, let's talk about benefits first. Actually, let's talk about side effects first. So side effects that I have experienced personally would be, I've experienced more acne on my back, but I think like if you didn't have acne as a kid growing up, when you were a teenager hitting puberty, then I really doubt you would get acne. It's very rare, I think, for you to get acne on sus or on like, yeah. When I was a kid going through puberty, I actually had really pretty severe back acne, so I think it just exacerbated it. Okay, so with Bolden, same thing, right? Slow releasing, not many bad side effects. For the first like couple of nights, I experienced like lack of sleep, but other than that, nothing too bad. Yeah, like for me, no real bad side effects. The other thing, like now let's talk about pros. So for sus 215 Bolden, you get a pretty rapid strength gain, I would say. I noticed great strength gain within the first 2-3 weeks. I was benching a lot more and I was rowing a lot more. Overall, just had better workouts, better pump. But still, slow releasing esters, you don't expect really, like, it's not like a huge jump like a lot of the other stuff is. So yeah, again, like, you do have to be patient with it. It's not like you just do one jab and immediately get super hard, super strong. So it's still like, it still takes a bit of time for you to build up that strength and build up those muscles. So that's typically what you would do on a bulking cycle or a cruise. So a bit of sus, bit of Bolden, typically. Now for the cutting period. Now the cutting period is basically when you're going to spend all your money. There is a lot of drugs that you need to take during cut because you want to maintain as much muscle as possible, cut as much fat as possible. Not only that, you want to achieve a certain look, like that dry, hard look. There's different drugs out there that will achieve that for you. So for instance, during my cut, I'll get it up for you guys, actually have a look. Like, I'm not going to include clen because everyone knows you do a bit of clen on a cut, but generally you would do, from personal experience, you would do Anavar, Test Prop, Tren Acetate, Masterone, and T3. I also have stanozol in there, but stanozol is a water-based testosterone, and that hurts like fuck, and you need to do a separate injection, or you can take it orally. But yeah, it's very complicated, and I just decided not to fuck with it. But yes, Anavar and T3 are both orals. Now, the important thing with orals is to make sure you are taking liver detox or liver support while you're on it, because it's gonna fuck your liver up. Not immediately, but it will fuck your liver up. And the thing is, like, you don't want to have liver problems because when you're doing it, because by then it's already too late. So you want to prevent it. You want to like not like during your comp, you do not want any liver problems. Basically. Now, Test Prop. There's a small amount of prop in sustanon, and prop is a fast ester. Sustanon typically has about 20 to 40 milligrams per mil, usually around the 30 milligram mark. So yeah, so that's one of the fast esters in sus, but if you're doing just straight up prop, that is a fast ester. That is going to give you that hard, that super hard pumped look. Tren, again, another fast ester, means it's just fast releasing. Again, strength, like huge strength gains, huge pump, very hard look. And the last one is Masterone. Masterone is a slow ester, but it is high in DHT, which basically just means it's gonna give you that really dry, really hard look that most bodybuilders like have, or just most physique guys even have. And then the Anavar gives you a really vascular look, which is, yeah, pretty good. So I will talk about the cons for each type of steroid that I personally experienced. With Tren, I experienced on the first night some lack of sleep, loss of sleep. So yeah, pretty bad. Well, not pretty bad, but you know, pretty typical. I did notice that I was producing less sperm. Yeah, it affects your balls. Who knew? That's just one of the side effects that come with it. You know, it's pretty unavoidable. It's gonna happen. You don't really necessarily have to worry, because once you come off it and then you just do a bridge, then you know you're usually pretty okay to go. But for safety reasons, if you plan on having kids or something like that, I'd probably say donate some, like not donate, sorry, store some sperm in the sperm bank, and then that way you got some fail safe. But generally you should be able to bounce back from it. Anavar, I experienced huge vascularity, very high blood pressure, and also ball shrinkage. So you know, again, that could be from the Tren as well, but like probably a combination of Tren and Anavar gave me ball shrinkage and a low sperm count. But you know, again, that's something that you have to sacrifice, and I'm pretty okay with sacrificing that. Test prop and Maceron. So I only just started test prop and Maceron. I haven't seen any huge side effects yet, but you know, I'll let you guys know throughout the cut to let you to see what yeah, what kind of negative side effects I have. Right now for the pros, Tren and Anavar, man, they give you fucking great pump. I notice like I look bigger already just on them. Not necessarily like actually gain muscle, but I definitely noticed I was getting bigger. And as a combination of all, I noticed that I was getting leaner while I was putting on more weight. So what that means is basically you're adding more muscle and you're increasing your metabolic rate, so you're burning more fat whilst you're basically eating more. So yeah, this shit works, you know. This is why like a lot of people will be getting on this stuff, and I can see why it's very like addictive. Immediate strength gains, immediate energy gains. I wake up not really that tired. Like I used to wake up really tired, but now I wake up not sleepy. I get tired throughout the day, but that's kind of normal. Now with all this, like you can't just take my word for it. Everyone's different on gear, right? So some people experience a lot worse than I do. Maybe hair, like all testosterone, like all steroids are anti-aging, like well, they're aging sort of serums, right? So they, in one aspect, they'll make you younger, and other aspects they'll make you older. So baldness is an aspect that makes you older. The muscle gain is an aspect that makes you younger. So, you know, there's a bit of a trade-off there. On versus off. So off, basically, yeah, I just felt normal. I just felt like a normal person, regular strength gains, stuff like that. On though, when I was on SAS and Bolden, I didn't feel like, I felt like I was losing patience a little bit faster, but yeah, I was just losing patience faster. I wasn't much more of a dick than than I was before, but like I was never a douchebag in the first place. So if you're on steroids and you're a douchebag, I can see you being a bit more of a douchebag if you're like, you already don't have like a composure to contain yourself. But you know, just don't be a fucking douchebag in the first place, and you won't be a douchebag on gear. As simple as that. I don't really think it's an excuse to be a douchebag on steroids. And people say like, oh, if you get on gear, you're gonna like be more of a dick. It's like, well, no. If you're a dick, then you're a fucking dick. You're a dick off steroids, and you're a dick on steroids. Simple as that. Don't blame steroids for that. As soon as I got on Tren and Anavar, I was horny as fuck. yes, dick still works. Your dick works on steroids. It doesn't mean just fucking flops and you can't work. It definitely works. You get horny as fuck. You want to fuck all the time, basically. Twice a day, at least. Training and nutritional changes on and off steroids. Personally, like some people will say you should do body part splits when you're on steroids because protein synthesis lasts longer. Personally, I believe that's a bit of bullshit. I think train like you would naturally. Train for strength. Yeah, just basically train for strength. Your accessories should increase your whatever part that you want to increase the strength in. So that kind of thing. As for when you're on steroids though, you can increase volume for your exercise. Basically, you can do a lot more, you can do a lot heavier, and you should really be doing like big body part splits, like, you know, back and chest, back and shoulders, that kind of stuff. Excuse me. Yeah, like, I don't think there's like training should be any different. Protein synthesis lasts longer, but it means you can reactivate protein synthesis again within 1 or 2 days. Maybe you can decide to split it up a bit better, like back, chest, legs, back, chest, legs, that kind of thing. But typically I would say just train normally like you would natural. Nutritional changes, you can get away a lot more with nutrition on steroids. But typically, the more on point you are, the better in shape you're gonna be. As simple as that. Like, nutrition still plays a key role in it. You can get away with a bit more, but you know, compared to other gear users, if they're doing everything 100% and you're doing something 90%, we're only gonna look as 90% as good as them. So, yeah. It's up to you how you wanna be. As for supplements, this is where, like, I'm gonna say a lot of shit you guys don't like, but basically the only supplements I take right now is liver detox. Before I took zinc and D3, but the only reason I took zinc and D3 was to help with natural testosterone production. But like with sus, when you are on sus and Bolden, because they're slow esters, they don't really fuck with your natural production as much. So you still produce a bit of your natural production, testosterone production, and you can kind of boost that with D3 and zinc. But now that I'm on like a whole bunch of shit, like there's really no point. Like, it's not like my balls aren't going to produce any more testosterone. Like my body's not going to produce any testosterone. Simple as that. The liver detox I still stay on because I'm taking orals. So yeah, you definitely want to take care of your liver while you're on this. As for any other supplements, like, I really don't think protein or like fucking BCAAs or fucking pre-workout, I don't really even count them as supplements. They're just bullshit products to sell to, you know, naive teenagers that think they're gonna get jacked drinking that shit. Like, whey fucking protein, like this, I bought this like 5 months ago. I haven't touched it at all. Like, yeah, whey protein is a byproduct of dairy, so pretty useless. Casein's okay sometimes. Like, I have a casein shake at night just to help with recovery at night, but again, not really necessary. Only supplements you really need are like D3, zinc, and liver detox, and like any supplement that you're not, like, that you're insufficient in your own diet. So if you can get supplement, like if you can get all these minerals and vitamins from food, then definitely take it. But if you can't, then, you know, take the supplements won't help. But as with protein, pre-workout and that shit, garbage, like useless, fucking useless. Caffeine, if you need caffeine, just drink coffee, just drink a Monster. They taste better. They're probably better than, like, honestly, a Monster is probably better for you than fucking pre-workout, and that like should tell you something. Like, Monsters are bad for you, like we all know that. And if Monsters are better than for you than pre-workout, like, fuck man, like pre-workout must be horrible for you. So like, if you're taking like orals and you're drinking pre-workout on top of it, like, it's just gonna fuck with your liver even more. So honestly, get off it, don't bother with it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. that's all I really have to say. Any more questions, let me know in the comment section below and I will try my best to answer them for you. As right now I'm hungry as fuck, so I'm gonna get something to eat. Enjoy the workout clip I'm about to show you. Alright, since the interview or the Q&A was raw, I'm gonna shoot this workout raw as well. So 120 for doubles.
Double, come on.
120 for one.
Nice. Come on. Oh, all good. Woo! I think you got
175.
Let's do it.
Hey You is my go-to reality TV. All my favourite TV shows on the same.
Come on, come on, come on. Drive.
Oh, that's sticking point. It's like.
Yep, that's it. Get tight, come on. Drive, 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 come on. Drive.
I believe I can touch the sky.
One more thing I forgot to add. When I went on Tren and Anova, first of all, Tren made me cramp up a lot. Not to the point where like it hurt, but just like you could feel the cramp coming. And as with Anova, it made me really vascular. Like heart blood pressure went up a lot. So yeah, that's something to note. All finished at the gym. Gonna go home, meal prep. Gonna end the vlog here. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember, like if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more. As always, happy lifting. I'll see you guys next time.
So many pieces all back together now. What's your vision?